What kind of house do you live? Well, I have been living in a house with my family for over 22 years. My house is located in the south of Vietnam and it has a flawless design, so I am really proud of it. Are there any shops near your house? Yes, definitely. There are a wide variety of shops which are by my house. They are fashion shops, groceries, some kind of restaurants, and game centers, which are suitable for children to get there to relax. Do you like cakes and sweeties as a child? Yes, absolutely. It it goes without saying that I am a sweet tooth and I have always been a big fan of chocolate and candies when I was a little girl and even now. Have you ever baked any cake? No, I have never bake any cake because I don't have a natural talent for cooking. So my mom is a lot afraid of me when I get a kitchen. She usually doesn't allow me to get kitchen to cook or prepare any dishes for our family. Do you enjoy spending time alone? Yes, I regularly spend me time on staying alone because at that moment I feel a lot of I feel more relaxed because I could let off steam after an exhausting studying day. When was the last time you spent some time alone? I would say that it was 3 days back because at that time I was up to the ears with revision and practicing the IELTS test, and I really I really enjoy relaxing. At, at that time, I spent almost my evening staying in my room and just listening my go-to songs and thinking about my future. So crazy, right? Describe a job that you wouldn't do in future. Well, if I had to choose a particular job, among many jobs that I wouldn't enter as a career in the future, I would say that doctor immediately springs to my mind. This is attributed to a host factors why I chose this major. To begin with, being a doctor is considered as the most stressful and demanding job that you can ever imagine. To become a doctor, students are required to finish 6 years of university and sometimes 2 years more of fellowship. And for me, 6 years or over or even 8 years is such a long period to accomplish just one major. If I could spend that period to finish 3 or 4 years at a university, and after that I could do a lot of things to gain more experience or to discover the world as well. On top of that, many doctors have been working on call, and I would find a lot of difficulties when working the night shift because I cannot stay up overnight. And from my observation, almost every doctor has to work over 40 hours a week, and it is such a stressful job and work under a lot of pressure. Last but not least, nowadays doctors have an intention to work under a substantial burden on their shoulders because their daily task is saving people's lives. And currently, I am doing a bachelor's degree in international business, and I would definitely pursue it as a career in my future because it is one of my perennial favorites, and I really into doing the job that I love. How do technologies and robots have influence on the nature of work? From my perspective, technological advance and robots play an essential part in working. Take the example in medical domain. Doctors have a doctor have been working with a lot of advanced machine, and definitely this kind of technology help them to detect the rare disease and help the patients to overcome the overcome overcome this kind of disease and get better on day after day. Will do people work more or less in the future? I reckon that in the future, people have an intention to work more than they used to because there are more and more requirements in their work, and they have to a bit and they have to work more to meet this demand and even to earn more money for their lives. What motivates people to work harder? Well, I would say that it is money because the main reason why people have to work on a daily basis is making money for their lives. So they prefer working harder, making more lucrative income to take care of their child, to provide a higher education level for their children, for their children, and to uplift their living standard year on year. Which are mental factors motivating people to work? Well, it's such an interesting question, and I have to admit that I don't know a lot of knowledge about mental issues. Having said that, I guess responsibility is the key factor which could motivate people work harder and harder day by day because they have because there is a voice inside them told them that they have to accomplish their daily tasks to keep to catch to gain the KPI monthly or even yearly, and the responsibility always reminds them to work with a good productivity